How the universe was created is a question that philosophers ask themselves all the time. These people come from different backgrounds, ranging from religion to science. For example, at the beginning of the Bible it says God created the world, whereas most scientists think the Big Bang had something to do with it. The Big Bang is a well-accepted theory by now, especially since scientists found proof for it. They did this by looking through telescopes and looking at objects billions of light years away. But even though scientists do know that the universe was created by a huge explosion, they don't know what created the huge explosion to begin with. This sparked debates within lots of different communities. Religious people thought it might be a god or higher power creating the big explosion, whereas scientists and atheists had many other theories. The Big Crunch is one of those theories, and it is the belief that when the universe dies, it is reborn using all the matter from all the black holes and imploding. This made me realise that if the universe is on a loop, then that means the same things are destined to happen over and over again, which means we really don't have any free will over our actions. So I guess that's a nice thought. As I mentioned before, scientists weren't the only ones creating theories for creation. Pretty much every religion had some sort of creation theory. For Hindus, a god named Brahma created the universe out of his own body. For Christianity, an all-powerful figure just wills things into existence. But the one that struck me the most was Buddhism. Their creation theory was nothing, which personally is the wisest one out of all of them. Because while other religions make up some majestic story to base it off of, Buddhism doesn't. It understands that it doesn't know everything, and instead waits for a proper conclusion. Don't get me wrong, the creation story's lovely, but now they're really just a metaphor as we know the proper origins of the universe. Even so, there are people who still deny modern theories and look to older ones. With all the evidence stacked up against them, who knows what goes through their tinfoil covered heads.
Part of a series of clues that can help you get your head around both the design of the flat Earth system we live in.
We have photos from space that prove that the Earth is round.
And nobody here believes any of that anymore.
Amy Nicholson wrote a book of poetry about her flat Earth journey.
2, 3, we're crazy!
And you see that the red stripe that was at the bottom has completely disappeared. Right. So this can only happen why?
Because of the curvature of the Earth.
So here's what we were shooting.
But Mark Sargent and the other flat earthers have a very different interpretation of the results.
So you don't think that what we're seeing is actually real? You think it's because of heat?
Oh, absolutely heat.
Does anyone here in flat Earth believe it's a globe? Anyone?
These people are called flat earthers, and they're pretty much in a cult where everyone believes that the Earth is flat. They could be seen as extreme versions of people who do not believe in the Big Bang. As you saw in the last clip, it is obvious that they are lying to themselves, as there are many huge gaping holes in this conspiracy. How do time zones work? Time zones happen because the Earth is spinning around the Sun and different parts of it receives its light. But let's say, for the sake of an argument, that the Earth is flat. How would the Sun go around it to make time zones happen? You silly goose! The Sun goes around the Earth like this! If that were really the case, then how do sunsets work? According to your ludicrous model, the Sun would just seem to get smaller and smaller. It would never really set beyond the horizon. You silly goose, it's heat! In conclusion, everyone has opinions about things, and no one can force anyone to agree with something. But isn't that just the beauty of humanity? That we can all have different opinions but still live together as a society? Every scientific discovery will be met with some backlash, and the state we're in right now has just made everyone unsure about anything. So all opinions. If you think the Earth is flat, if you think COVID is the same as the flu, or if you think masks don't do anything and actively try not to wear them in shops. All of your opinions are valid. Some of them, though, are just incorrect. Big Crunch is one of those, and it is... silly You silly These people can be viewed at it... I swear I've lost the ability to talk. I mean, it's just... So all opinions, whether you think the Earth is flat, whether you think vaccines are